So, like, we're talking about, like, all, like, the, state fairs. It's summer. You go out, you spend time on things, doing stuff with your family and friends. One of those things always happens to be around 4th of July. You're always doing your grilling and stuff on 4th of July before you watch your fireworks. So you got your hot dogs, your hamburgers. Some people have, ribs,
Shish
brisket,
kebabs.
shish kebabs. She comes in one of those places you just leave. So one of those.
Oh, I like shish kebabs. Maybe not on 4th of July. No.
Okay, good.
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst, yeah. Oh, good stuff, man. So one of those national traditions that we've been doing in the U.S. for eons now has been the Nathan's hot dog competition on 4th of July. It's we had Kobayashi was the Japanese ringer for a long time, and then he got beaten by Joey Chestnut, who's been like the reigning champion for years now, almost like a decade or more, or whatever.
Is Chestnut his real last name?
Sure, we're gonna go with it.
Okay.
I don't know what his real name is, but we're going with Joey Chestnut. He even has like a belt, like it's like a WWE belt type of thing. It's pretty cool. It's kind of it's there's a lot of hokiness. People dress up for the competition, but he's the one who just comes in there and just steamrolls everybody like the '84 Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's been a bit of big time controversy with the Nathan's hot dog contest, specifically with Mr. Chestnut, because of something that occurred this year leading up to this competition. It just so happens that Mr. Chestnut, while he always competes for the Nathan's hot dog contest, he was kind of seen as like this brand ambassador for Nathan's and such like that. Well, he pulled a bit of a to brute with Nathan's hot dogs and decided to go and promote a rival hot dog brand.
Ooh, please be Vienna beef. Please be Vienna beef.
Well, it's not even hot dog. It's not even meat. It's actually for Impossible Foods, which makes the Impossible Burgers, which you and I have both had. The Whopper.
The Impossible Whopper, yeah.
Which was
whoa.
Yeah, so this is like, I mean, this is basically he got popped for PEDs and baseball equivalent type of thing.
Wait. So he's all right. Hold on. Let me pull this up. All right. So we are devastated to learn that Joey Chestnut has chosen to represent a rival brand that sells plant-based hot dogs rather than competing in the 2024 Nathan's Famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. The Major League Eating Organization, which oversees the event, said in a statement.
So it's like Major League Gaming.
So did he bar himself then?
I believe that I guess he's not allowed to compete on this per MLE, but he's not like banned for life. But in order to do that, he basically has to like renounce.
He has to renounce his plant-based hot dog ways.
And 5 Hail Marys.
I was gonna say it's like there's a hot dog inquisition on its way. Oh my lord.
They all have little paper hats.
Serious business.
Yeah. So basically it's the equivalent of like, you have a deal with, you end up having like a deal with some brand name type of thing like Coca-Cola, and then all of a sudden you jump ship and you start promoting Pepsi out of the blue. And that's kind of the thing. Not only that, I think the even crueler twist of the knife in the back happens to be that it's not even like a hot dog, like beef, like actual. It's that Impossible stuff, which is made from God knows what.
Okay, I'm still confused though. I need to parse this.
Okay.
So he signs a brand deal with Impossible Foods. Got it.
Yes.
MLE, Major League Eating, says that he can't compete in a Nathan's event because he's representing Impossible Foods
Right.
It's a long-standing rule not to represent a rival brand. Michael Jordan can't go to Adidas and say Air Jordans are great. Got it. Okay, so he can't be an ambassador for Impossible Foods and then go eat a bunch of Nathan food. I see.
Yeah, basically. So that's why he would basically have to if he wanted to compete in the Nathans, which has been pretty much like his big Super Bowl, I guess, because nobody hears about Joey Chestnut the other 364 days a year. He would basically have to be like, yeah, I'm going to have to renege on this sponsorship thing with Impossible Brands, which...
See, I never viewed the Nathan's hot dog eating contest as a
legitimate sporting event.
No, as a Nathan's. I mean, now in hindsight, I guess it is, but I just never. I didn't feel like. It seemed like a Nathan's event, but that didn't mean that the people competing represented Nathan's. They were just competitors.
Yeah, I think given his prestige and the fact
it matters
that
more.
Yeah, I think it's because he's like the Guinness World Record holder for hot dogs. He's got a specific belt up, which I believe was purpose made because he's been winning these competitions for years now. You know, he's the longest reigning champion for this. I think it's because he's gotten to this peak level. Muhammad Ali of competitive eating.
When you're at that level of hot dog consumption, the rules are different.
Yeah.
They do kind of talk about we hope he returns when he is not representing a rival brand. An X account under Chestnut's name wrote, he does not have a contract with MLE or Nathan's, and they are looking to change the rules from past years as it relates to other partners I can work with. So it sounds a little dubious that MLE has legal leg to stand on.
Yeah.
And it also says that Kobayashi had issues with them in the past too.
Yeah, I've never heard of Major League Eating, mostly because, I don't. But it sounds like they've been around for a long time, especially if they're saying that Kobayashi had similar issues with it. I kind of feel like Kobayashi not competing in Nathan's at a certain point was primarily due to him just constantly losing to Chestnut all the time and just kind of losing. I think he was also having some issues with like his intestinal tract and stuff. I think
I'm shocked.
He just needed Tommy John's for your small intestine.
That's
or whatever,
exactly what I was going to say.
He'd be fine. But I think it got to a point where he's just like, it's not worth anymore and stuff. But granted, if Chestnut's going to be out of this year,
it's anybody's
maybe
game.
Kobayashi might make get a second win. It'll be like
triumphant return.
Yeah, he could basically kind of be like Tom Selleck in Mr. Baseball, trying to revive his career in the Japanese league, or it could be just some new dark horse that comes out of the blue. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year.
I like that Impossible Foods takes the high ground versus Nathan's and says, we love Joey and support him in any contest he chooses. It's okay to experiment with a new dog. Meat eaters shouldn't have to be exclusive to just one wiener.
Interesting. Smithfield Foods, the parent company of Nathan's, did not reply to requests for comment. Smithfield, I believe, is like the largest pork processor in the U.S. or something. They're primarily known for pork, I believe.
Pork-based product.
Yeah, bacon. I always see like bacon and Smithfield ham. But they might also do like all beef hot dogs, which is the Nathan's thing. I guess Nathan's is like the Vienna beef of New York.
Yeah, except that Nathan's is not nearly as good as Vienna beef.
No. My mom got Nathan's one time and we're like,
We've talked about this before. It once you've had Vienna beef hot dogs, there's really no going back.
Yeah. I think Ballpark is on par with Nathan's, if not slightly better.
They don't have the poppy skin. That Nathan's are just kind of mushy. They're kind of a mushy bite, whereas you get a nice crack when you bite into a crispness. Yeah, Vienna beef.
Talking about crisp meat,
snappy. It's a snappy meat instead of mushy.
It's the sound and texture of summer. So, like I said, we've got a couple of weeks before the big July 4th competition, so it should be interesting. It'll probably be on ESPN or whoever carries this. So
I always see this competition as replays in the middle of the night when I'm at a bar after the fireworks.
mm-hmm.
It's always like sitting there having a beer, and then I look over and there's this man shoveling hot dogs into his face, and it makes me a little nauseated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my history with Joey Chestnut.
That's horrible.
Oh, that's so bad.
Need to find a woman who can do that.
I dated a woman who could do that.
Oh, ooh.
You know, I dated a competitive eater. We'll talk later.
We'll talk later.